Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shabbarakatha, hallelujah. Yah back at it again. To the media right at me, I got my elder, my brother.
I'm Brother Ariel Al Ben Israel.
So look, man, we was just debating on what we gonna call this class. Obviously, we ain't came up with nothing, so we gonna keep it untitled until we upload it, because it's a lot of things we finna go over for real, and we finna talk about a story that's very, 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 very popular amongst Israel, amongst the Christian church, amongst the Catholics, amongst everybody. But we finna actually look at it with a spiritual eye and get the mystical meaning of this story and what he was actually talking about in a spiritual sense. So it sounds cliche, but hear it out and really get in depth with these scriptures and get a full understanding of what you've been taught in Sunday school when you was a child. We're going to go over the story of David and Goliath and show what they represent, show how it's all a battle within, and show how to defeat, or how Dawada, or which is David DeWitt, defeated this big old giant. Alright, so we're going to run through it. We're going to show you each and what they represent. We're going to break it down, and we're going to show you how to overcome the Goliath that's in your life. Because a lot of people got Goliaths in their life. Whether it's fornication, whether it's just lust for women, whether it's stealing, whether it's lying, whether it's being deceitful, whether it's being slothful. A lot of people are battling these spiritual giants inside of themselves and don't know how to really defeat it. Don't really know how to overcome these spiritual giants because they intimidated, or this giant is just too big for them. So we're going to get into the spiritual mystical meaning of that and show you how David actually won, and you apply the same thing to your life, and you can overcome and achieve your goals as beating sin also. So with that being said, let's start in 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 1.
1 Samuel
chapter 17 verse 1. While you flipping that out, me and Maccabee and the elder really appreciate what y'all been doing for us, the donations, the comments, and just keeping up with us, sharing our pages, and just all the support y'all been doing for us, man. We greatly appreciate it. So Honor and Humility STL greatly appreciate y'all.
Starting at 1, you say?
Yeah, I'll start at 1.
Okay. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 1. Now the Philistines gathered together their armies to battle, and were gathered together at Shilcho, which belongeth to Judah, and pitched between Shilcho and Azekah in Ephes-dammim. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together, and pitched by the valley of Elah.
You see that? So they finna go to war, but they pitched their tents by the valley of Elah. So you got these mountains, you got plains, and then down is a valley. Well, they trying to meet up in this valley to bang, but they don't want to know whoever go in the valley first is basically they got their flank open. So they just waiting. You got the Philistines, which we always been in war with. Notice we was always in war with the Philistines. Constantly banging with the Philistines. Always at war with them. Just like you always at war in your mind. You always at war with sin. You know what I'm saying? So they getting ready to battle. But whoever goes into this valley first, of course, leaving a flank open, they vulnerable. So they pitch their tent right before the valley. But you got the Philistines is still up in the mountains, right? Come on.
Verse 3. And the Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on the mountain on the other side.
Right.
And there was a valley between them. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines.
You hear that? So they went out a champion. If you look up this word champion, it's just going to tell you ish. So it went out a man of the Philistines. But notice it gave this man a champion name. You know what a champion is? It's a winner. Somebody that defeats everything that he comes into.
Been tried.
Yeah, he's been tried. So these Philistines then tested this man. They called him a champion. So a man came out of the Philistines, come on,
named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span, and he had an helmet of brass upon his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail, and the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass.
You see that? So he's this big old guy. He's armored up. He's a champion, but he's fighting for this wicked people called the Philistines. Remember, in your headset, the Philistines is sin, right? Israel is the actual righteousness. So when you think Israel, think about overcoming your flesh. Think about going to the kingdom, striving for your best. But when you think about Philistine, keep sin on your mind, because remember, this is a heathen nation that stayed trying to put down Israel. So we see that the devil have his own armor. He have his own battle array. He have his own battle attire. Huh? Come on.
Verse 6. And he had greaves of brass upon his legs, and a target of brass between his shoulders.
So his flank ain't open. Huh? So when the devil come prepared, he come prepared. Seeking, like he's like a lion, searching the earth, seeking whoever he may devour. So he come prepared. So you need to be prepared, because remember, Satan always coming for war. He's always coming to take your salvation. He's always coming to get you to blaspheme against the Holy Ruach, to get your ticket in the lake of fire. So you have to be prepared, right? Because remember, Philistine is sin. Israel is righteous thinking, Christ consciousness. Come on.
Verse 7. And the staff of his spear was like a weaver's beam, and his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron, and one bearing a shield went before him. And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel, and said unto them, Why are ye come out to set up your battle array? Wait, let me get that 8 again.
Come on.
And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel, and said unto them, Why are ye come out to set your battle in array?
You hear that? It says, look, why y'all come out? You finna set your battle, meaning you finna take position on us? Now look, check this out. They call him a champion. He's armored from head to toe. He's about 9 feet tall, big as hell. Huh? He got a gavel in one hand, sword in the other. And he ready to kill some Israelites. He ready to come take your salvation. Because remember, this is the mystical meaning of this story. So we got sin that's invading your mind. And this sin is coming prepped and prepared. So you bet not be weak-minded. And he calling you out. He like, look, every lust that you think about, here, come take it. All these women that you think about, here they go. Butt naked, ready for you. Huh? Even the towel when you done. That car you want, and that money that was left in that wallet here is sitting right there. Come take it. But it's up to you to actually be prepared for this battle. Come on.
And he stood and cried unto the armies of Israel, and said unto them, Why are ye come out to set your battle in array? Am not I a Philistine?
You hear that? So look, am not I a Philistine? This heathen got confidence. So sin have confidence. Satan have confidence, because he know he's coming for your lust. He know he's coming for your weaker points. That's why you got to be fully armored in your battle. In your battle pearl. But look, Satan don't care. So he's like, look, am not I'm a Philistine? Like he's the ish or something. Right? Negro, you sin. Huh? We supposed to hate sin. But he's confident in his wickedness. Come on.
And ye servants to Saul?
You heard that? And notice what he said. He said, Am I not a Philistine, and ye servants to Saul? He's talking to Israelites. What do you mean, servants to Saul? I am an Israelite. I am a servant to the Most High. So he's totally going and leaving Elohim and leaving Yahweh, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, totally out of the picture. He's not even mentioning your God. Sin is not even bringing up your God, because he's trying to defeat you. Last thing he need on your mind is you to be thinking about your God. So he come and is confident. He come in and he tried to embarrass you. He tried to belittle you. And he tried to make you feel like you need him, for you can turn yourself over to this wicked lust. Turn yourself over to the wiles of the world. Huh? For you can be unprepared for the battle. Come on.
choose you a man for you,
Whew.
and let him come down to me.
You heard it? Look, this is how confident this heathen is.
Cocky.
This is how confident and cocky sin is. It says, you know what? Choose a member on your body. Remember, we thinking mystical. Choose a member on your body. Choose one of these people that's a part of your army. Anybody. Have them meet me in the valley. It's called a one man's war. Because remember, they both sitting on mountaintops. And whoever go in this valley first, they going to end up killing because they flank open. Y'all watch 300. Y'all know how they go. So what they used to do is they used to call a one-man battle. Which is they pick one from each side and they go into the bottom of the valley and they bang it out. And that's how they settle their differences, right? So, hey, he come up, he like, look, pick one of you Israelites. Any one of you so-called righteous cats. Huh? Come bang with sin. Let's see who wins. Let's see if you out here faking or not. Let's see if you prepared to bang against Satan. Come bang with me. I'm a Philistine. An uncircumcised heathen. Huh? Sin of all sin. Come on.
Verse 9. If he be able to fight with me and kill me, then will we be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then shall ye be our servants and serve us.
You heard that? So he's like, look, if y'all win, I will yield my members to you. But if we win, you got to yield your members to sin, to the Palestine. You got to be our servants. So look, let's go to Romans. We're going to hold this. We're going to keep going back and forth. Let's go to Romans. Romans 6, 16 through 20. Let's see what the scriptures say about that. About yielding your members to sin. Huh? About letting sin control you and control your members and reign in your thoughts. This is the holy oracles. Elohim supposed to be up in here, not no sin.
I heard that.
Let's get it done.
So that's what you meant. The 9 and... Okay, Romans 6.
Yeah, I just put it together a little differently today. And remember this, right now this is no title. Because we talking about a couple things here. We're going to start at 16. We at Romans 6, y'all, verse 16. We're going to read through 20. Matter of fact, start at 14, Hebrew.
Can I start that at 13?
Yeah, you might as well.
Might as well. The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 13. Neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness unto sin.
You heard that? It says don't yield your members. You got this whack Philistine talking about some, if we win, y'all got to be our servants. I'm Israel. I'm a part of the army of God. Yahweh Zabaoth. What is you talking about? Huh? We in this type of ideology and this type of mindset, you not finna win anyway. But sin be so confident in your members because they know your weak spot. So it's up to you to have this faith, to have your mind fully persuaded, to be able to battle, put on your battle apparel and get down. Huh? Because look, this is how confident sin is. Like, look, if you do this and if I win, you know you're gonna be my slave, right? But we just reading in Romans 6 verse 13, neither yield ye your members as instruments of unrighteousness. Remember, this is an uncircumcised heathen. Huh? He don't even have the circumcision. Meaning he's what? Dirty, dusty, a bum, weak, a sinner. Come on.
But yield yourselves unto Yah.
You hear that? So that's what we supposed to be yielding our members to. We don't yield our members to sin, to no Palestine. What is their names?
Palestinian.
You know what I'm saying? We don't yield our members to sinners. We don't yield our members to sin. We don't let sin invade us like that at all. Now remember, this is a giant. Huh? His name is Goliath. So whenever you think about the Philistines, and whenever you think about Goliath, just think about sin.
I said Palestinians.
Yeah.
I know they're going to be mad.
Yeah, you know. But whenever you think about the Philistines and whenever you think about Goliath, just think about sin, because that is what this is representing in the mystical meaning of what we talking about here. Come on, you bro.
As those that are alive from the dead, and your members as instruments of righteousness unto Yah. For sin shall not have dominion over you.
You hear that? So these Philistines, this Goliath, this sin that he represented, it should not have dominion over you. So when he asks you that question, he try to make a bargain with you like that, like the devil try to do all the time. It's a not no, but hell no. do you mean if you win that I gotta serve you? You ain't winning, for one. And for two, even if I do take an L on this one, I'm not losing the war. I might lose the fight, but I'm not losing the war. I'm not losing the battle. You get what I'm saying? So it takes us to be champions in our own heart, to be ready and be prepared for this war, for this fight against the wicked one, against sin, and against these giants that's in your life. And like I said before, Goliath can be fornication. Goliath can be wicked lust. Goliath can be stealing, adultery. It could be having other gods. This folly day thing that y'all heard in the background. We hearing all kinds of firecrackers pop off right now.
Sound like bombs.
Sound like bombs out here in St. Louis in the STL. So like these giants can be just simple things like that, but it's big to you, big inside your life, because everybody else have their own trial and tribulation that they going through. Everybody, all of Israel, all of humanity, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So your Goliath is your own Goliath. My Goliath is my own Goliath. Elder Goliath is his own Goliath. But when Goliath come to you with his battle, he's tested, he's proved, he got all his armor on. He got the whole Philistines behind him, ready to bang and take out Israel, which is the chosen people of God. He ready to come take your salvation, and he gives you an option of either whoop me and we be your slaves, or we whoop you and you be a slave to me. And I'm saying, no, it ain't happening like that. So that's the mindset that we supposed to be in. This means you're fully persuaded and you ready for what? For war.
That's
for
right.
battle. Come on, you bro.
Verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you.
Yeah.
For ye are not under the law, but under grace.
Come on.
What then? Shall we sin because we're not under the law, but under grace?
What it say?
Yah forbid.
God forbid. Because the only reason why we under grace is because we have the faith of a Mashiach Yahweh Shah. He is the law manifested in flesh. So we still keeping the law, but how is you dictated by a law when you already keeping it? Obviously it don't apply to me if I'm keeping it, right? Come on.
Verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey?
You hear that? So look, whoever you yield your servants to, your members to, that's who you obey. So you telling me you an Israelite and you obey a Philistine named Goliath, which represents sin in a spiritual sense? That's who you bow your members to? Or you gonna stand up and fight? You gonna stand up and make sure your battle pearl is straight? You gonna stand and make sure your army's on the assembly line and they set their battles array? Or is you gonna yield your members? Cause he's big, he's scary, he's 9 feet, he's from Gath, he's a Goliath, he's a giant. Who the hell care? I got the Most High on my back.
That's right.
Come on.
Whether of sin unto death, or of obedience unto righteousness. But Yah be thanked that ye were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you.
Oh, praise.
Being then made free from sin.
So look, we made free from sin. So if we made free from sin in mindset, in heart, in circumcision, how is this giant even offering something like, if I win, I get to own you? How is he? That's not even on the table. I'm free. What did it say in John 8:38, I believe? He said the truth shall set you free. I believe in a Mashiach. Big bruh got me. I'm free. And look, guess who knew that? This shepherd boy we finna talk about. He understood that. And that's how the battle was able to be won. Come on.
Okay. Being then made free from sin, ye became the servants of righteousness.
Ooh, you hear that? So you're going to be a servant of something. So we free from sin, so that means we service to who?
Righteousness, that's right.
I don't have no problem with that. Because you're going to yield your members to something. Hey, why not let it be Elohim? Come on.
I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh.
Say that again.
I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh.
So he's talking about that flesh again. That flesh, that sin. that carnal thinking, that carnal mind, the Philistine, Goliath. Remember, Israel, Christ conscious, was always at war with them Philistines, sin. We stayed at war, uncircumcised heathens. Huh? Stayed at war with them. When you really start getting in the Bible, you really start getting in the mentals. You really start getting to the psychology of this thing, and it's mind blowing. Mind blowing. Come on, Hebrew.
For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness and to iniquity unto iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto holiness.
Come on.
For when ye were the servants of sin, ye were free from righteousness.
You hear that? So we can't let Goliath get up on us and just look. He's trying to punk Israel right now. You know what Israel mean? Prince of the power. We got sin, Goliath, this uncircumcised heathen. Sin gonna invade your mind, your Christ conscious, and just try to punk you like that. You gonna stand down, or is you gonna stand up and battle and win that battle? We can stop there right there. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 7, 21 and 22, and we can keep it pushing for time's sake. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 7. Let's get her done. 1 Corinthians 7.
Yeah. 21 and 22.
Yes, sir. Yeah, right now this is no title. We probably come up with something as we going. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 7 and 21, 22, my brother.
We're in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 21. Art thou called, being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. For he that is called in the Mashiach, being a servant. Wait a minute, hold on, let me run that back.
Start at 20.
Okay, let me get back on that 20. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 20. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou called, being a servant? Care not for it, but if thou mayest be made free, use it rather.
You hear that? So whether you was called to be a servant or free, you know what I'm saying? You got to stick to what it is. I have no problem being called a servant. That's what we was created for. But once you be made free, right? Once you be made free from that sin he's talking about, hey, you use it. But look, we all called to be servants to something, though. You either a servant to righteousness or you're a servant to wickedness.
That's right. Verse 22. Bless you.
That's what I was about.
For he that is called in the master, being a servant, is the master's freeman.
Right.
Likewise, also, he that is called, being free, is a Mashiach's servant.
You hear that? So even though we free from sin, we still serving to Christ. And this particular shepherd boy in Israel understood that. He understood what he was talking about. So when this wicked Philistine, which represents sin, came into Christ's conscience, which is into the minds of the Israelites, and he made that statement that if they won, that they can take them as servants, but if they won, they can take Israel as servants. It should have been a no, not only no, but hell no, because we don't yield our members to sin. So let's go back. Let's go back to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 9. That's the verse we left off on. We're going to be back and forth, y'all, so make sure y'all,
Keeping up.
Yeah.
We're in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 9. Actually, we'll start at verse 10.
Now, read 9 again for me.
Okay.
Because we done broke it down and know exactly what we mean now, you know what I mean?
Okay, let's get it. 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 9. If he be able to fight with me and kill me, then will we be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then shall ye be our servants and serve us.
We see what that means. We just went through the scripture. So that means, nah, it ain't going down like that because we ain't losing. Come on.
And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together.
You hear that? He is super confident. He say, look, I'm finna whoop Israel today. Huh? Give me a man for we may bang. Go down to this valley and throw our hands. Come on.
When Saul and all Israel heard those words of the Philistine, they were dismayed.
They were what?
Dismayed.
So they astonished. They scared.
And greatly afraid.
Now remind you, Saul is the king of Israel. Saul is a tall dude. He battle ready, test and approved. But this giant come up and now he's scared. But he's the king of Israel at this time. Israel, the prince of the living God, the prince of the power. So, but in his mentals, he is afraid. How is that even possible? What is he afraid of? Do he lack faith? Do he have doubt? Huh? Like what the Bible say about that? Let's go to 2 Timothy. Hold y'all spot. Let's get it. Because I'm showing y'all the inconsistencies of why this battle was crazy like it was and why would it fail if that little shepherd boy, the one that everybody overlooked, the one that didn't nobody pay no attention to, didn't step up. Because he's the only one that had faith. He didn't have fear in his heart. He didn't have no fear. Let's get it done.
It was 2 Timothy.
Yeah, 2 Timothy's 1, 6 to 8. Let's get it done.
All right, we're in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yah, which is in thee by the putting on of my hand.
Right.
For Yah hath not given us the spirit of fear.
You hear that? But you see, Saul and the Israelites was afraid. But it says, God haven't given us the spirit of fear. So why is we fearing sin? Why do we fear Goliath? Why do we fear these Philistines? These uncircumcised heathens, remember, which represent sin. Why when sin comes into our mind, we fear it and we yield to it? When we just read, we're not supposed to be yielding our members to sin. So why is we dismayed for? Because he's big? Because he wearing some metal? He got a gavel in one hand and a sword in the other? We got our own battle test and approved what? Battle array, battle apparel, armor.
That's right.
We got our own. Why is we worried about them? Why is we tripping off sin like that? Why we, where everybody falls short. Everybody got their own sin. All right, that's not a good thing to be repeating. Fight it. Stand up, fight back, bang back. It's time to go to war. We at war. We at the end of days. It's time to bang. Your life is on the line. Huh? Come on.
For Yah hath not given us the spirit of fear,
Right.
but of power.
But of who?
But of power.
He gave us power, not fear, but power. Power is all we need to defeat these wicked devils.
That's right.
Power is all we need to go and get Goliath, which represents sin, up out of our minds. Huh? So why is it not power in Saul? And Saul is the actual king of Israel at this time. Something in the king's heart wasn't right. Something in Saul's mind wasn't right. He was spiritually weak. Come on.
And of love, and of a sound mind.
Come on.
Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Elohim,
Right.
nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of Yah.
Come on, let's get to the Old Testament. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 35. Get this Isaiah up real quick. Isaiah 35.
Okay.
Isaiah 35.
And we still holding that 1 Samuel?
Yeah, because we're going to be back and forth.
Okay.
Remember, hold y'all 1 Samuel, y'all. Isaiah 35, verse 1 through 4. We do 1 through 4.
Okay.
Trusting in another man's arm. Scared of the Philistine, scared of sin, yielding yourself to sin. No, we don't do that over here. Huh?
We're reading from the book of Isaiah, chapter 35, verse 1.
Matter of fact, let's do 4 because we got a lot of scripture we got to tackle here.
You want to do 4?
Yeah, let's do verse 4.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 35, verse 4. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not.
You hear that? Be strong and fear not. You got a fearful heart. It's supposed to be, look, your partner's supposed to be next to you like, look, man, what is you tripping off of? We got God behind us. Be strong, fear not. You worry about this wicked ass, what, Philistine? Goliath? Sin? That's creeping up on you like that? What, the monkey's on your back? You got a monkey on your back, you need to shake him off? Huh? He like, look, be strong, fear not. Because the Most High did not give us the heart of fear. So Saul, why are you scared over the Philistines? Why are you scared? Because this wicked, uncircumcised, sinful heathen, which is sin in your mind, called you out one-on-one. What are you scared of? Oh, you know you weak. Huh? Are you that weak-minded? You don't have that much faith? Huh? You haven't been testing your own armor? You haven't been exercising your sword? You don't know how to fight back? Because when the same thing happened to Christ, and the devil did the same thing to Christ on the mountains, what did he do? He banged back with scripture. He pulled his sword, meaning he knew how to use his armor. His own armor fit just for him. So what are you doing? What are y'all Israelites out there doing? Y'all yielding? Huh? Y'all prisoners of war? Servants to sin? Or is y'all banging back against that giant that's in your life? That Goliath that's in your life? That sin, that wickedness, that lust, that stealing, huh? That backbite, tail-bearing, busybodies, huh? What's going on in your life? You got a Goliath, is you defeating him? Or is you like Saul, you scared? Come on.
Verse 4 again. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong. Fear not. Behold, your Elohim will come with vengeance. Even Yah with a recompense. He will come and save you.
Ooh, come on. So look, it says he's going to come and save us. All you got to do is fear not. Let's get Psalms. Psalms 23. Psalms 23 and 4. Let's keep it going. Psalms 23 and 4. Psalms 23 and 4.
Okay.
Let's get it done.
The book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 4. Yeah.
Start at 1.
The book of Psalms.
That's a dagger right there.
Chapter 23, verse 1. The Most High is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
Yeah.
He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Come on.
He restoreth my soul.
He do what?
He restoreth my soul.
So if Israel got a God that restores souls, why are you worried about your soul? Why are you scared of somebody killing you or bringing you down or bringing you bodily harm? Huh? Fear not the one that can destroy the body, but fear the one that can destroy the body and the soul into hellfire. So why is Saul in Israel, which is the consciousness, why are you so scared of Goliath, which is this big sin inside your life? Why you can't just fight and dig it out? Huh? Like cancer, cut it off. Why are you scared to go to war with that? Why are you steadily repeating the same sin over and over and over again? Or are you really that spiritually weak? Or do you not understand these scriptures when you read them, and it's trying to train up your psycho, it's trying to train up your brain to get you to fight against this wicked sin. We in war. We in war. Come on.
He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
When they in the valley?
Yeah.
Didn't Goliath ask, look, notice this is David. He said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Where did he get this from? If we're going to start going through a couple scriptures, like, dang, was David actually talking about that fight? Because it's a lot, he take you back to it in a lot of these scriptures. He said, look, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I will what?
I will fear no evil.
Not going to fear you, Goliath. You uncircumcised Philistine. Huh? Remember, spiritually, you're wicked. What I'm scared of you for? Come on.
For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
You hear me? Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. I got the Most High with me. Why am I tripping? Why am I worried about you?
We may as well do this whole
Come on.
joint.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it out.
Verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
You hear that? In the midst of my enemies, I'm going to set up a table and I'm going to feast big on it. Huh?
Right.
In the midst of my enemies, he prepared a table for them. Isn't that what happened in the story? But what led up to that happening? You have to have faith. You can't be scared. You have to stand up. You got to use your own armor.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know that you are part of God's army. And you can't take no type of slack from a wicked one.
Right.
Huh? What you talking about? We don't let sin just walk past you. Huh? You say something. We're going to get to the story though. We're going to read it. It's going to blow your mind. Because we read past this stuff all the time. Just looking at it like it's a story for children. When it's a story for our grown selves. To prepare our brains. To go out into this world and to be superior of this demonic bull crap.
Right.
Huh? Go ahead.
Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
Get it done.
All praises to the Most High.
All praise. What verse we left off on, man?
We left off in verse number 6. We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever.
Come on, let's do one more. Psalms 34.
Psalms 34.
1 through 4. Let's get back to this first Samuel after that. Psalms 34, 1 through 4.
Are you doing that on purpose with these 1 through 4, 1 through 4?
Nah, man.
It's just falling like that?
Falling like that, man. It's a spirit. The Ruach.
I heard that.
Ha-Ruach.
All praises.
All praise.
In the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 1. I will bless the Most High at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Most High. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad.
Yeah.
O magnify Yahweh with me, and let us exalt his name together.
You hear that? And that's how it was supposed to be when he was tarnishing the Israelites like that. Instead of Saul being scared and the Israelites being scared, they should have been magnifying the name of the Most High, but they wasn't doing that. Why? They was lacking faith. They was lacking substance. They was lacking this spiritual zeal and this spiritual honor that soldiers need. But somebody, that shepherd boy gonna come with it, boy. Come on.
Verse 4. I sought the Most High, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears.
You hear that? He said he sought the Most High, and the Most High delivered him from all his fears.
Yeah.
So all we got to do is seek Yahweh, and Yahweh will deliver us from these fears. And he'll approve us, and he'll lift us up over these sins. And we'll be able to overcome, and we'll be able to get our slingshot and our rock and knock out this big old sin called Goliath in our lives.
Right.
Huh? But all we got to do is have faith, stand up, don't be afraid, have the power, and fight. We're not fighting. We are willingly yielding our, well, I ain't gonna say we, because I don't want to count myself a part of that.
Exactly.
People are willfully yielding their members to sin. Huh? Willfully. Nah, don't work like that. Don't work like that. Let's get back to the first Samuel. Get back to first Samuel. Who is it? Let me get back to first Samuel. Go ahead.
We stopped at 12, I believe.
Yeah, let's get it done.
In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 12. Now David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse. And he had 8 sons.
Hold on, man. Everybody want to come over here and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Pause this for a second, y'all.
Yeah, we're going to back that up too, because that... All right, let's get it in.
My bad about all the distractions, y'all.
Yeah.
You know we raw and uncut, and ain't none of this being edited either. Just to let y'all know.
That's what it is. That's how we live. We don't live an edited life.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we're in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 12. Now David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse.
Jesse.
And he had 8 sons. And the man went among men for an old man in the days of Saul. And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle.
So look, he had 8 sons. 3 out of these 8 sons went to the battle with Saul. So they a part of the army. They went. So that mean they was a part of the ones that was frightened and scared and faint-hearted, huh? Right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's what saying.
They were in that number.
So they was part of these armies that was scared when Goliath came and gave the offer, and everybody like, I'm not finna fight him. I'm not finna go against this sin, this Goliath in my life, huh? This fornication too big in my life.
They were intimidated.
They were intimidated by sin.
Right.
Spiritually. Come on.
And the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab, the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the 3rd son Shammah. And David was the youngest. And the 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem.
At Bethlehem. So we got David, Dawada, or Dawid, or David, however y'all want to say it. He's the youngest and smallest of them all, right? The youngest one. Now everybody at war, he still noticed to do what? Be a shepherd and feed his flock. That is very spiritual and that's very significant. Because no matter what nobody was going through, he still tended what? The flock.
That's right.
He had to feed the flock. Come on.
Verse 16. And the Philistine drew near morning and evening and presented himself 40 days.
Now that's another spiritual thing. 40 days. 40 days Christ fasted when he came against his giant, so-called giant, which is Goliath. You know what I'm saying? When he was tempted in the wilderness on the mountains. 40 days. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Moshe was on the mountain, Sinai, for 40 days, 40 nights, receiving the laws and instructions from Christ. Huh? And notice in verse 15 it says, but David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's flock. He's to feed the sheep at Bethlehem. Let's get 1 Peter's. 1 Peter's 5, 1 through 4. 1 Peter's 5, 1 through 4. See, this whole thing is putting together a story. Once we get done breaking it all down, we're going to read it through and edify just a little bit. That we can all run together. But I want to show y'all that when y'all in these scriptures and y'all reading verse from verse, it's like 10 other verses that match that verse for you can get you a full understanding. Yeah, we're going to get 1 Peter's.
It's Peter.
Yeah, 1 Peter's.
No S. Just First Peter.
1 Peter's.
Okay. We're not getting anywhere with that one.
1 Peter 5.
There you go. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 1. And we're still holding that 1 Samuel.
Yeah, we always holding that 1 Samuel because we're going back and forth.
Okay.
You know, I got me a little lisp, man. You know, everything I say got an S at the end.
Hey, man, that's what makes you your own individual self.
You know, I suck at the King's English.
That's
I can speak a little Hebrew, though.
I was just about to say your Hebrew is outstanding.
Hey, all praise. Come on, Hebrew.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 1. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and a witness of the suffering of Hamashiach,
right,
and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed.
All praises.
Feed the flock of Yah.
What it say?
Feed the flock of Yah.
And ain't that what David did? He went and fed his flock. He made sure he stayed feeding the flock. Now, of course, in this story, he was feeding a physical flock of sheep. But in a spiritual sense, no matter what you're going through, no matter what oppositions in your life, no matter how many Goliaths in your life, no matter how many bills need paid, no matter how many people talking about you, dragging your name through the mud, no matter how many people lying on you and bearing false witness on you, it says you can't stop doing the work. You better feed that flock. David is at war. His whole people is at war. They had war with the Philistines, and what he do? He's tending to the sheep. So out of this story, we get a lot of spiritual and mystical meanings of how we supposed to be reacting and acting while we is in the battle of war. We see, even though you warn with sin, that don't mean you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing for God. You supposed to be spiritually exercised up enough to do what Christ did anyway. Pull your sword. Chop them asunder and keep it pushing. And be prepared waiting for the next one. Because look, he leave for a season and then he what? Right back at you. That's how Satan move. That's how them spiritually, that's how sin, the Philistines move. That's how this Goliath in your life move. You gotta be like David. Tend to the flock no matter what. Come on.
Feed the flock of Yah, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly.
You hear that? Not because you better go feed that flock. Like, I gotta feed the flock today. But it says, willingly feed the flock. And that's what he did. He kept charge in war. Why his big brothers was off at war. Why his king was off at war. Come on.
Not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind.
You hear that? Not for self-gain,
right,
but for a ready mind, to prepare your mind. Come on.
Neither as being lords over Yah's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
Come on.
And when the chief shepherd shall appear.
The chief shepherd, which is Christ Yahweh, the chief shepherd. He's the chief shepherd over David. He's the chief shepherd over me. Because I call myself a shepherd because I help feed the flock. He's a shepherd. He helps feed the flock. But we have a chief shepherd, which is Christ Yahweh. Mashiach Yahweh.
And when he returned, you better be feeding the flock.
You better be feeding that flock.
That's right.
No matter if you at war or not. That is the whole point of this whole thing. No matter whether you at war or not, feed the flock.
Maybe that should be the name of this. Feed the flock. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Come on.
Verse 4 again. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away.
Fadeth not away. We leave it off right there. Y'all like that?
Yeah,
like
man.
That right there. And then for just for time's sake, we got one that's Acts 20 and 28. Write that down, y'all. Read that. It's another precept. Acts 20 and 28. Let's get back to this 1 Samuel 17 and keep it pushing.
But see, that's what we always talking about anyway, man, because no man knows the time nor the place. And when the Messiah returned, you're supposed to be found doing this work.
Yeah, doing his work.
Always got to be feeding the flock, man, getting it in.
And look, not only doing the work, Elder, but doing the work and making sure you winning the battles.
Right.
Like, look, if you got, if your, what they call them boxing cards, the score charts.
Yeah.
If your score charts is, you 0-20.
Right.
So it's a problem. Straight up. Like, if you 0-20 out here with sin, it's a problem. Like, how in the hell is sin beating your ass like that? Especially the same sin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to spiritually exercise your mind. Make sure you getting Goliath about your life and preparing for Goliath. Because
but then you know
he's
what?
Not going nowhere. Sin is not going anywhere.
I gotta get with that too, though, man. If you 0-20, that at least show that you fighting sin. You're not giving in to sin. That you're not a punk to sin. Right. And this might be your lucky fight.
Right.
Now you might have your loins girded up right. And then you can actually defeat sin, but you telling sin, I ain't scared of you.
So you say, long as you ain't 0-0.
Right.
So
long as you ain't just, long as you ain't over there talking about, no man, I'm scared of sin. That's too big for me to challenge. You got the Lord on your side, man. I mean, you can't be afraid of anything that comes at you in this life,
right, because
the Most High is on our side. He got us, man. I mean, we go through so much always, and then we think, oh man, it's just on me, man. It all come down on me, man, and I can't deal with this, man. But you're not dealing with it by yourself, man. All you got to do is bend them knees, man, and pray to the Most High in all sincerity, and He'll be there for you. So, I mean, 0-20, at least let me know you ain't no punk.
You got the ring.
Right. You ain't calling in sick.
I like that, Elder.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good analogy on that. I like
That's
your
what's up.
perspective on that.
All praises.
Let's get her done.
We're in the book. I didn't even go to Acts, boy.
No, we ain't gonna go to Acts. Look, for time's sake, write down Acts 20 and 28, y'all. It's just a precept to what we was talking about in that 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 15. Acts 20 and 28 is a precept to that, y'all.
Okay, so we were back at 17 and 17.
Yeah, 15. Read 15 again. Let's keep it pushing.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 15.
Yeah.
But David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. And the Philistine drew near morning and evening and presented himself 40 days. And Jesse said unto David his son, Take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn, and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren, and carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge.
So look, David, he feeding the sheep, but his father, he like, look, all right, they at war. Go feed your brethren. You know what I'm saying? Go feed your people. So David is not even thinking that Goliath, this big giant, is down there rumbling on, which is sin, in the minds of Israel, trying to get them to yield their members and be servants of them, right? So he's just doing his job. He's doing what his father told him to do. His father said, feed the flock, and his father said, feed your brothers.
And check on them.
And check on them. And what is he doing? He's following orders from his father. Spiritually, that's how you're supposed to be with Yahweh. Come on.
Verse 19. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines.
You hear that? So now they banging. A fight them broke out. They banging. They sizing each other up. They setting their battles array, right? Come on.
And David rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with a keeper.
Did he just leave the sheep, or did he set somebody else appointed to watch them?
Right, he left them with a
He
keeper.
left them with a keeper.
Making sure they were okay.
Exactly.
And took and went as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to the fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army.
So now they are lined up against each other. They ready to Yahoo. They ready to go at it, right? Now remind you, David coming to make sure his people good and make sure his brothers good. So he walking into a battle. He's walking into a sin versus righteousness. He's walking into a conscience. This is what's going on in your conscience right now, constantly. Romans 7, 12 to 25, all day, every day. We battling against spiritual and fleshly, your carnal mind against your spiritual mind. Who are you going to let win? Who do you yield your members to? Is you going to let this spiritual Goliath, which is this big sin in your life, control everything and dictate how you move, send you to the lake of fire? Or is you going to overcome this spiritual sin, whether it is fornication or wicked lust or stealing or talking, using the Lord God name in vain, or putting other gods before him, celebrating folly days, talking about people behind their back.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Backbiting. Like whatever your Goliath is you letting him constantly whoop on you? Is you like Saul and the rest of Israel, or is you gonna stand up like David did? What are you gonna do? David and Goliath, which is Christ consciousness versus that wicked sin that's in your mind. Come on.
Verse 22. And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage.
Right.
And ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion of the Philistine of Gad.
You hear that? So now Goliath back at it again, talking his ish. Come on.
Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines. and spake according to the same words, and David heard them.
So these same words he said before, like he was going to whoop on Israel. David heard that. David like, hold on. Huh? Come on.
Verse 24. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were sore afraid.
Do you hear this? Look, not only this, but the man of Israel is running from Goliath. These conscious men, these righteous conscious men, supposed to be circumcised men, is running from sin. Running, not fighting, but laying down like dogs. Huh? Imagine you doing that in your wickedness, in your consciousness. Every time wickedness presents itself, you just lay down and let it have its way with you. Use a pinata now, full of dark secrets, full of dark sin. Huh? You don't think when the Most High search your heart, he gonna be like, hold on, what you got going up in here? How many fights that you didn't attend to? I can't say lost, because you're right, as long as you show up the bang. But look, we not here just to bang to be losing, though.
Right.
We fight for perfection. We're supposed to be perfecting ourselves, perfecting our consciousness, rebooting our minds, kicking sin out the door, take the trash out. Huh? So look, they ran from Goliath. This wicked this wicked giant that came up, and they run from him. But these are Israelites. Know that they Israelites. Have seen the power of their God and heard the stories. We in Samuel. There's so many books before these. Miracles didn't happen. Exodus didn't happen. It's so many scriptures and stories of miracles that happened from God being with this people, which is our people, the Israelites. And they running from a 9-foot giant. If that ain't lack of faith, I don't know what it is. Do you have a lack of faith? Huh? You yielding your members to Goliath? Which is sin in your Christ conscience, your mind? Come on.
Verse 25. And the men of Israel said, have you seen this man that has come up?
You hear that? They're like, man, you seen how big this nigga is? Look, they acting like, what's old boy name off of Friday? That's my bike, punk, when Debo knocked him out. And they acting like, oh boy. Have you seen him? Let me give him my bike. He can have whatever he want to have. Let me yield all my members to sin. Huh? It's just so big. It's so vast. It's so strong. I'm too weak to fight back. You think you getting in the kingdom of heaven like that? Nah, it ain't no place for you there.
Yah forbid.
Huh? Come on.
Surely to defy Israel is he come up.
You hear that? Surely. Truly. He's going to defy us. That's why he came up. They have no faith whatsoever.
Right.
Sin, you better not ever be like that when sin presents itself to your mind. You have no faith. You just put your neck down to the guillotine. Just forget it. Just take my head now. Like, where's your power? Where's your strength? Because the show ain't in your power. You got it in something else. And whatever is in, it's failing you bad. Bad. Huh? When we gonna start fighting back against sin? When is we gonna start really putting on the armor of God? Really using our sword, really using our breastplate, really using our feet, really using our helmet, really using our shield, and fight back against this spiritual wicked Goliath that's in our conscience, that's in our lives, steady evading and taunting us and taunting our God, making us shame the name of our holy Abba, our holy Father. When is we gonna start really standing up and fighting back? Whooping sin. Because we looking bad out here right now. Sin is whooping our ass.
Right.
Yeah, we getting all this from David and Goliath story, y'all. Yes. This is true. Come on.
And it shall be that the man who killeth him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel.
You see that? So you see it's a war, it's a reward to killing sin. It's a reward to fighting back and standing up and like, no, wicked one. Ain't no place to sit here. You not welcome here. I don't have no couch, no chair, no table. I don't even have a floor for you to sit on. The hell out my house. Right? So it's good to fight back and to overcome sin. Because remember, the Philistines, Goliath, spiritually, metaphysically, he's the sin that's in your life. So it's good. It's a reward. So let's talk about it. Let's go to James. James 4. James 4, 10 through 12.
Okay.
James 4, 10 through 12.
4,
Check on the scale.
12. Let me hold.
Yeah, remember, hold your spot. I done lost one spot. I'm tripping.
Yeah, we in 1 Samuel 17.
Yeah, I'm here. Hold y'all spot, y'all. We back and forth. We'll see what the reward is for standing up and defeating and overcoming temptation, that wicked one. Get her done.
Let me say 4.
Yeah, James 4, 10 to 12.
When the book of James, chapter 4, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the master, and he shall lift you up. Speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother, and judgeth his brother, speaketh evil of the law, and judgeth the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge.
Come on.
There is one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Who art thou that judgest another? Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city, and continue there a year, and buy and sell, and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away.
Come on.
For that ye ought to say, if the master will, we shall live, and do this or that.
Come on.
But now ye rejoice in your boastings. All such rejoice is evil.
You hear that? You rejoicing in your boasting, and you're not even doing nothing for the Most High. You setting your mind on what's tomorrow. You planning things like it's just this and that. You're not like David. David was just feeding the flock. He came to war listening, and now he's finna get the opportunity of his lifetime to actually bang for his father. Right? Come on.
Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good, and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
Come on. Keep reading because we was on the wrong one. Come on.
Verse 5. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
Jump to verse 10.
Verse 10. Take, my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Most High, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
Come on.
Behold, we count them happy which endure.
Yeah, we count them happy which endured. And why do we count them happy? Because they fought the good fight, they fought the battle, and at the end there is a reward for them. Come on.
Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Most High, that the Most High is very pitiful, and of tender mercy. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be your yea, and your nay, nay, lest ye fall into condemnation.
No, that ain't there.
Yeah, that's what's up. So we'll be reading from the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 8 and 9.
Yeah, because we got to talk about this reward we get, that if we overcome sin, what comes from it.
That's right.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. Let's get it done.
Which none of the princes of this world knew. Can we back that up
Yeah, back
to
it up
6?
I say 5. Go to 5.
Okay. Okay, let me, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verses 5 through 9.
Yeah, let's get her done.
That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Yah.
You hear that? So
yeah,
you're
that.
not supposed to put your faith in the wisdom and understanding of man, but in the power of God. And we see that Saul and them don't have no power of God right now because their faith is not with God. Their faith is not with nothing as we see so far. They scared. They running from Goliath, which is spiritual sin. They yielding themselves to this member. And they looking at him like, oh my God, look how big he is. Who cares how big he is? Right? Come on.
Verse 6. Howbeit, we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world,
Come on.
nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of Yah in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Yah ordained before the world unto our glory, which none of the princes of this world knew. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Most High of glory. But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yah hath prepared for them that love him.
So when you accomplish and you throttle down sin and you overcome this Goliath, this big old sin that's in your life, it's a place prepared for you that is not even spoken of. Your mind can't even imagine it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. This is the reward you get for accomplishing righteousness over sin, for not yielding your members to Goliath. Let's get Revelations. Revelations chapter 2, start at 25.
Okay. The book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
You hear that? So whoever overcometh and keepeth his work to the end, keepeth his works. You got to overcome sin, overcome Goliath that's in your life, stop this sinning, and keep the works. It says to him he'll give power over the nations. Saul and them ain't ready for that right now. And he's king. He's not even overcoming the sin. He's running from Goliath, which in the Philistines, which represents spiritual sin because they are uncircumcised heathens. Uncircumcised heathens. Cursing the name of God, taunting the God of Israel. Come on.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. And I will give him the morning star.
Not only that, you get the morning star. It's one of the brightest stars. Come on.
He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
So look, what is wrong about that reward? You get the kingdom, you get to rule nations. All you got to do is defeat sin. All you got to do is defeat this Goliath that's in your life. This big old giant sin that's stopping you from salvation. You gonna stand up and fight, or you gonna lay down like a dead dog? Let's get back to 1 Samuel. Get back to this 1 Samuel.
Man, who wouldn't want that reward, man?
Hey, a scary person, because you see Saul and them running, and you know what I'm saying? Saul straight said to you, look, you beat this cat, you get my daughter,
right? You
be rich, and you get to be in the crib,
and then your father's house will be free.
Man,
come on, man. Who don't want that, man? At least for the fam. I lay down my life for my family, man.
But they not willing to do this because they don't want to. This big old Goliath sin that's within themselves is, man, it's tarnishing them, it's wearing them down, it's too big, and usually it'd be an illusion anyway.
Yeah.
For real, it'd be an illusion. Then once you really do get over it, you be like, that would even hard. It's kind of like smoking cigarettes. It's not a 12-step program. It's not, I'm going to go from a pack today to 5 a day. No, stop smoking them, period. Same thing with sin. It's now I'm just gonna sin less of the day. I'm not gonna do fornication. I'm just gonna do fornup. You're like, what?
Right.
Makes no sense whatsoever. Sin is sin, no matter how big, no matter how great, no matter how small. Even a small sin is a Goliath. Even a small sin is a giant sin. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Come on.
We're in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17. We left off at verse 26.
Yep.
And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, What shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine?
You hear that? Notice, what did he call him? Ain't nobody talk about him but David. Everybody else is scared. David like, look, who this uncircumcised, wicked ass heathen talking about our God like that? Who is this cat? That's how you supposed to be when sin enter your mind.
Yeah.
Soon as sin come in your mind, you be like, nigga, who is you in my territory? Why is you all in my mentals? Get up out of there. I ain't even invite you here. Why are you resting on my consciousness? To do what? Huh? I'm not finna yield my members to you. You are sin. We supposed to hate sin. We all buddy with sin.
Right.
I bet you wouldn't be buddy with Goliath. You probably be like Saul and the rest of the armies running. David probably looking at everybody like, what y'all got going on? Why are y'all afraid of sin? Afraid of Goliath? Because he's big? He's taller than you? He have a gavel and a sword? Huh? Like, what is the reason why you so afraid to stop sinning? Is it that your mind fully corrupted? Is you a reprobate? Huh? Like, start asking yourself these questions. Why are you not big and strong enough to defeat the very things that's plaguing you in your life and sending wild hairs up your ass? The very thing that got you uncomfortable to sleep at night. Huh? These secret sins that you need to deal with. But no, you too scared. You too weak to bang against them. That's a Goliath. What happened with David and Goliath though? Didn't Goliath get beat? Y'all know the story. It ain't no point. It ain't like I'm holding it from you.
It's a mystery.
This is a very, very, very popular story. We seen that he got slain, but how did he get slain? So obviously we need to be taking these same precautions and these same procedures and these same techniques David did and apply them to ourselves when it comes to this spiritual sin that we call Goliath, these giant sins that's keeping us from our salvation in our lives. Come on, bro.
For who is this uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living Elohim?
Now peep that. Saul and them and Goliath, they both said, well, I am from the army of Philistine, and you are servants of Saul. But when David spoke, he said it was this uncircumcised heathen that's talking against the who? Armies of God. So David is even in a different psychological mindset. He's not even thinking on a physical level like Saul and the rest of Israel is. His mind is elevated. His conscience is rebooted, is rewired to something that's bigger and better than his own purpose. He's a part of something. He's a part of the sons of Elohim. He's directly connected themselves with the heavens. Notice he ain't say nothing fleshly, did he?
Right.
But Saul and them, they like, look, you servants of Saul. Am I not a Philistine? And you a servant of Saul?
And that's David, all you are.
David like, look, who is this uncircumcised heathen talking about the army of God? Huh? So to let you know that the first part of war is your mentals. The first part of coming into war is all psychological. It's how you going to war in your mentals. You have to mentally defeat your component before you physically defeat your opponent. And he understands that. David gets this because he's fully persuaded. He has faith.
That's right.
Come on.
Verse 27. And the people answered him after this manner, saying, So shall it be done to the man that killeth him. And Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men. And Eliab's anger was kindled against David. And he said, Why camest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness?
You hear that? So his brother hating because his brother's scared of sin. Huh? He see David. Look, it's kind of like going to rehab. You see your best friend, he's overcoming. He done graduated. He's not smoking a pipe no more, but you still on it.
Right.
So you sure you don't want to hit this dog? Like a bad influence. Huh? Because your brother coming up. Maybe you need to be following his lead and asking him what God he was praying to and do what he need to do for you can shake the monkey off your back too. But you so busy being mad at him and trying to glory in his flesh because he's overcome his sin and you still dealing with your own Goliath. Huh? Your own sin in your life. Notice he said this uncircumcised heathen though. We got to talk about that. Let's hold right here. We're going to come back to this verse. But let's go to Acts 7. Acts 7, 50 to 51. Because we got to show, we understand that physically we have uncircumcised heathen out here, but a lot of that be talking about us too, Israel. Because that's how they acting right now. They acting uncircumcised because they're yielding their members to this sin called Goliath.
Acts 7 and 50.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's get her done, Hebrew.
We're in the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 50. Hath not my hands made all these things? Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers did, so do ye.
Now, who is he talking to? Is he talking to these actually uncircumcised heathens, or is he talking to Israel? Huh? So if you're a part of Israel, you got the blood of Israel in you, but you running from a uncircumcised heathen, what do that make you? Oh, uncircumcised. Because you are willfully yielding your members to an uncircumcised heathen. Now you are uncircumcised heathen in mindset. You are wicked in the mindset because you are too busy fascinated with your sins. You partake in sin. Huh? That's why you running from Goliath. Come on.
Verse 52. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted?
You hear that? So it got to be talking about Israel. Because Israel persecuted all their prophets. Y'all been watching Mali class, War in Israel? Who been killing the prophets? Israel been killing Israel. So this is talking about Israel when he says uncircumcised heathens. Huh? He talking about us in mindset. And that's how you are yielding yourself to sin. Because you're afraid of Goliath that's in your consciousness. You're not willing to raise up to the Israel Christ conscience and bang this sin that's steady trotting you down and keeping you weak in faith and keeping you weak in mind, keeping you doubting, that's killing you like cancer. Because you're afraid of Goliath. Come on.
At 52 again. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted? And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers, who have received the law by the disposition of angels.
Who received the law? Didn't Israel receive the law? So now we know what he's talking about.
And have not kept it.
Come on, Ephesians 2, 10 to 12. We're going to go back. Ephesians 2, 10 to 12, and then we're going to get back to the first Samuel.
2, 10 through 12.
Look, hey, scripture say what it say. I ain't say it, scripture said it. Don't get mad at y'all Keith. Don't get mad at Elder Ariel out in Israel. It's scripture. Huh? I be cutting myself sometimes when I be over it. I get to cutting myself. That's when you know it's real though.
Yeah, you gotta tighten your game up, baby. So what's up? The book of Ephesians, chapter 2.
Start at 10, Hebrew.
Verse 10. For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushua, unto good works, which Yah hath before ordained that we should walk in them.
Right, we supposed to be walking in the ordinances of Christ. We ain't no chumps. We circumcised. We got the covenant. What is we tripping off of? Why is you still sinning? You got the covenant. Huh? Come on.
Wherefore remember that ye, being in times past Gentiles in the flesh.
Oh, it says that you was an uncircumcised heathen in the what?
In the flesh.
In the carnal thinking. In your mindset. David has called an uncircumcised heathen out. He like, who the hell is this uncircumcised heathen? Talking about the God of Yisrael and his armies. But you acting like this uncircumcised heathen. So, you a part of the Philistines now. You a traitor. You a traitor. You on their side now. Because you steady yielding your members to sin. You can't even overcome sin.
Right.
You can't because you scared of this Goliath in your life. This big sin that's in your consciousness. Kingdom won't come from that, y'all. Kingdom will not come from that. Let's get it together, Israel. Let's get
Read on.
Yeah.
Who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
You hear that? You are circumcised by the flesh, but you still uncircumcised by the mind. Huh? It says Abraham was circumcised by the heart. David circumcised by the heart. But you can't even defeat sin. You let sin just tickle your fancy all day long. But then you have the nerve to say that you're righteous. Or you have the nerve to claim you Israel. No, you are a false flatterer. And that's why you running from the Goliath that's in your life. Huh? Don't be claiming to have a heart like David. You ain't got no faith. You can't even stand up and put your arm on right in battle array to bang against the Goliath that sin is in your life. Huh? Who are you to talk about anybody else? That's deep, ain't it, man?
Right, it is, man.
That's crazy, man. Huh? After you finish that verse?
You want that 12?
Yeah, let me get that 12.
Verse 12. That at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope and without Yah in the world.
Ooh, we got the covenant. They got the covenant. These are Israelites running from Philistines. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, man.
Huh? What is going on? Weak in belief. No faith. Letting just sin just ruin your lives. Growing up your spiritual house like vines and poison ivy and just attacking you. And you just cool with it. David wasn't cool with it. Let's get back to this first sentence.
Yeah. See, and that's almost like having quality clothes and then having those knockoffs you can buy at the swap meet.
Right.
That you know the quality gonna last. It's made well. So we know what we know what our backup is. We know what this is truthfully in our heart.
Right.
But nigga, you a knockoff.
Yeah, you's a knockoff.
Right. You wavering in your faith.
Yeah, that's a lot. You're fake out here. You're out here faking.
Exactly. So I mean, you all front and no back. You know what I mean? It's
hospital gown.
Yes, sir. That hospital gown doctrine. Your ass is out.
Yeah, and that's not cool. We don't get down like that. You better not come around me with your ass hanging out.
Nah. Please.
It's gonna be a problem.
Oh no.
Huh?
Ain't nobody got no lotion. You know what I mean?
Come on, Ebro.
So we left off on 28 mid through, but I started back at the top on 28.
All right, that's cool.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 28. And Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men.
Hold on real quick. Before that, for this same verse, for verse 26, we didn't read Proverbs 8 and 13. Write that down, y'all. And Proverbs 5, 1 through 5. Write that down. These are very good scriptures to add on to. Very good precepts.
Proverbs.
Yeah, Proverbs 8 and 13. And Proverbs 5, 1 through 5.
5, 1 through 5. Okay, you just want me to kick it back from that 28?
Yeah.
Okay. And Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men. And Eliab's anger was kindled against David. And he said, Why camest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride and the naughtiness of thine heart.
You hear that? So he's straight like casting, he's bearing false witness on David, man. He's bearing false witness because he's talking about himself. He said, I know thy pride and naughtiness of thy heart. Negro, you talking about yourself.
Right.
You talking about them secret sins and them Goliaths that's inside yourself. That's why you running from Goliath. Because you talking about you. You see this young boy that got more heart than you and more faith than you, and it pisses you off.
Right.
So you have nothing else to do but to throw shade.
Right.
Come on.
For thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle. And David said, what have I now done?
He's like, look, what have I now done? Meaning that this cat been on David's back.
Right.
He's like, look, big bro, what have I done again, man?
Always
Why you
something.
picking on me? Pick on yourself. Point the finger at yourself. Oh, you can't because you too busy ducking and hiding from Goliath in your life. Makes sense. Come on, you bro.
Is there not a cause? And he turned from him toward another, and spake after the same manner. And the people answered him again after the former manner. And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine.
You hear that? You hear that? Everybody's running. Everybody is running from sin. Everybody is letting Goliath, this mental sin, get them. David like, look, man, quit letting your heart faint, man. What is you scared of?
And these are big, strong soldiers.
These are big, strong soldiers. David is a little boy.
Right.
Y'all don't even know. Do y'all notice at this time David is a little boy? Come on, man. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. Hold your spots. 1 Thessalonians 5:14. Because David said, don't let your hearts fail. So why do y'all have failing hearts? Get to it. 1 Thessalonians.
1 Thessalonians. You say 1 Thessalonians 5?
Yeah.
Man, they still.
They're out there popping them fireworks. Folly days, man. 1 Thessalonians 5 and do 4. Started, 5:14 for time's sake. Let's just
5 and 14?
Yeah.
Okay, the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 14. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly. Comfort the feeble-minded.
Says comfort what?
The
Ain't
feeble-minded.
this what he doing right now? He like, man, don't worry about it, Saul. I'll go fight this uncircumcised heathen. Come on.
Support the weak.
Support the weak. Ain't Saul being weak right now? And he's
All
supposed
of
to be
them are.
Israel. All of them. But what is David doing? He like, man, I got this. I got the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob behind me.
That's right.
Huh? Come on.
Be patient toward all men.
Ain't he patient toward them? Because I'll be ready to go off.
Yeah,
I'll
no
be ready
doubt.
like, what is y'all on? Y'all represent Israel. He appointed you king Saul over Israel.
Why y'all over behind the bushes?
Why is y'all behind the mic? Don't do that with sin.
Boy.
Look, remember, we speaking spiritually. Goliath is sin. The Philistines is sin. Huh? Israel's supposed to be the consciousness, the good side. Goliath is the carnal mind. Israel is the spiritual mind. If the spiritual mind is weaker than the carnal mind, you are what? You are enslaved to sin. And this is what's going on right now. But look, we have hope. We got David. Had a David-like spirit in you to come through and be like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Huh? Heaven, yeah, but hell no.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Come through and swift that up. Let's get another one. 2 Corinthians 4. 2 Corinthians 4. 5 to 10.
Corinthians 4.
Yeah, 5 to 10.
10. Okay. Okay, the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 5. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahushua, the Master, and ourselves your servants for Yeshua's sake.
Ooh, so we serving the who? We serving to,
The Master.
yeah, we not
Hamashiach.
we not servants to Goliath, is we?
Oh no, never
Not at all.
that.
We not servants to sin, is we? No, we not. Come on.
Verse 6. For Yah, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness.
Hey, isn't that what David is doing right now? He see these people in a dark place. They scared, probably pissing on themselves.
Come on now.
Huh? But look, David, he like, look, I'm a young gun out here. They got me messed up. Matter of fact, no, he's being so unselfish. He's being so selfless. He like, they got God messed up. Huh? And that's how you supposed to be when sin presents itself in your head. Like, Negro, you got my father messed up. Come on.
Have shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of Yah in the face of Yeshua HaMashiach. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yah and not of us.
You hear that? So where's the power at?
It's
in God.
That's right.
And that's what David is trying to tell him.
Yeah.
The power's in God. Why is you worried about sin when you got power from God? Overpower the sin. Get rid of Goliath. Get rid of that Goliath in your life. Whoop his butt. Get your slingshot. Get your rock. Stone him. Cut his head off. Keep it pushing. And be ready for any of them other Philistines that's going to be back, because he come back every 3 months, every season. Come on.
We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair.
Ooh, you heard that? He like, look, we messed up, but we ain't messed up.
Right.
Basically.
That's right.
I know y'all got that, man. Come on.
Persecuted, but not forsaken.
Straight up.
Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body of Most High Yeshua.
You said always what?
Dying of the Most High Yeshua.
Right.
That the life also of Yeshua might be made manifest in our body.
We can stop right there. Let's get back to it. A couple more scriptures, y'all. We're going to get up out of here. Just want y'all to see the spiritual significance and the mystical meaning of this story, David and Goliath, man. Because it's very deep. And it actually can give you pointers on how to overcome sin and these Goliaths that's inside of your lives. So something simple, but yet it's very, very effective. So we back in 1 Samuel 17.
I think we're at 32, 33.
Read 31 again.
Okay. The book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 31. And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine. And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight.
So not only do Saul not have faith in his army or himself, he ain't even got faith in the one and only dude that's willing to, the one and only boy that's willing to stand up and bang against sin.
Right, right.
Damn, that's just hopeless, man. That's messed up. Man, come on.
And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth. And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock.
Ooh, you heard that? Came a lion, a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. He's bringing back all the other things that he did. Look, because if we're going to go back to it, but he was already appointed to be king, meaning he already had a king-like heart in him. And that's in 1 Samuel chapter 16, 1 through 7. We're going to read that next. But he was already appointed to be king. David was already protecting the flock, protecting his mentals. He was already overcoming sin. Right? So Saul doubted him, but David don't doubt himself. He have a lot of confidence in himself. Come on.
Verse 35. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him.
Come on, let's show how he was called out. Let's go to 1 Samuel, let's go back a chapter. 1 Samuel 16, 1 through 7. And we're going to hit a couple more, and then we're going to keep it pushing.
10, 1 through
Y'all be
7.
quiet in there.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 1. And the Most High said unto Samuel, how long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel?
So Samuel like, man, he's messed up about Saul.
Fill thine horn with oil, and go. I will send thee to Jesse of Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. And Samuel said, how can I go? If Saul hear it, he will kill me. And the Most High said, take an heifer with thee, and say, I am come to sacrifice to the Most High. And call Jesse to the sacrifice, and I will show thee what thou shalt do. And thou shalt anoint unto me him whom I name unto thee.
Straight up.
And Samuel did that which the Most High spake, and came to Bethlehem. And the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, comest thou peaceably? And he said, peaceably I am come to sacrifice unto the Most High. Sanctify yourselves, and come with me to the sacrifice. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice.
Check this out, y'all. Come on.
And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab, and said, surely the Most High's anointed is before him. But the Most High said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance.
You hear that? You looking at his brother. He ain't even talking about his brother. He talking about the little behind him, huh? You be looking at no countenance. Come on.
Or on the height of his stature.
Right.
Because I have refused him.
Oh, he what?
I refused
He
him.
ain't even pick him. Huh? The Most High kind of like, you know how you have pit bulls and everybody buy their runt. They looking for the runt because that runt grow up to be the biggest one that's ready for war. Huh? It's all about the heart. It's not about what you got going on, how big you is. It's the whole point of Goliath. He's super big, but his heart is not set straight. He's a big uncircumcised heathen. He's a dust bucket of sin. Huh? What that mean, you big?
Right.
Come on.
For the Most High seeth not as man seeth.
Right.
For man looketh on the outward appearance. But the Most High looketh on the heart.
He look on what?
The heart.
He look on the heart. Huh? And he anointed David, the run. Right? Come on, let's go to Psalms. Psalms 78, 68 through 70. Psalm 78, 68 through 70.
68 through 70.
Yeah.
All right.
Still ain't got no name for this class, huh?
Oh, no. It just might be one of those ones.
Yeah.
Psalm
78,
78.
68 through 70.
All right. The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 68. But chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion which he loved.
Huh?
And he built his sanctuary like high palaces, like the earth which he hath established forever.
That's right.
He chose David.
He chose who?
He chose David also his servant, and took him from the sheepfold.
You hear that? He took him from the sheepfold and put him over the sheepfold. He took him from the physical sheep and put him over the physical sheep of the people of Israel. So we see that he was chosen. Chosen. He's chosen. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 20 and 24. Proverbs 20 and 24. We're going to keep it pushing. We almost done, y'all. We almost up out of here.
Proverbs 20 and 20.
I really hope and pray y'all got this message, though.
Yeah.
Proverbs 20 and 24.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24.
Right?
Man's goings are of the Lord.
You hear that? Man's goings are of the Lord. So he already got a path set right for you. And that's what David's path was. He thought he was a shepherd of sheep. Turns out he was a shepherd of what? Men.
That's right.
Huh? Come on.
How can a man then understand his own way?
Can't. You can't. You can leave it at that. can leave it at that. Let's get back to this 1 Samuel. Let's get it done. We almost out of here, y'all.
Back to 1 Samuel 17.
Uh-huh.
I think we're at about 36.
Yep, let's get it done.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
Ooh, you hear that? He's confident. He like, look, this heathen finna get dropped. I'm finna overcome this sin. I'm not playing around with sin.
Right.
I'm not just going to show a shy face to fornication. I'm not just going to show a shy face to you stealing from me or me stealing. Look, if that opportunity presents itself in my head, I'm chopping it off. I'm taking my sword and I'm handling that business. Huh? Come on.
Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the living Elohim.
You hear that? He did it again. He's still talking about the armies of God. But what do we mean like that by that? Let's go to Psalms. Psalms 9. Psalm 94, 16.
Say Psalm
94 and 16.
94 and 16.
Remember, hold y'all places, y'all. We back and forth just to show the whole vibration of this whole chapter for real. Of the whole 1 Samuel 17.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
You hear that? So the Most High saying, who gonna rise up for me against the evildoers? But we just read in Psalm 17, he's like, look, don't worry about that Philistine. He says, shall be as one of them, seeing that he have defiled the armies of the living God. He said, I'm gonna treat him like the lion and the bear. Huh? Slaying them.
What
David
I did to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing I did to them two sins. I'm finna do it to his big sinful ass. He finna get slayed. And that's how you supposed to treat sin. And you supposed to have them many wins too. Like already, I killed the lion, the tiger, and the bear. I killed fornication. I killed lust. What you mean? Stealing, petty theft, that ain't nothing. I can overcome that too. There's no such thing as Goliath. Because you have faith. You can conquer. You can conquer all things. Come on.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Ooh, we can stop that right there.
Yeah.
Let's go to another one. 1 Corinthians 16, 13. 1 Corinthians 16, 13. Let's get it done.
13.
That's a pretty cool lesson. I like that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
1 Corinthians 16, 13. A couple little one-shotters. Don't worry, it's going to be line upon line, precept upon precept.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians 16.
13.
Okay. Almost there.
Get it done.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 16, verse 13.
Yeah.
Watch ye, stand fast in the faith.
You hear that? Watch ye, be a watchman, be ready for war. Stand fast in the faith. And that's what David had. He had faith. He never doubted. He's like, look, man, this wicked, uncircumcised, sinful Palestine called Goliath, this sin that's in
Philistine.
my mind. Yeah, Philistine. You got me said. Not Palestine, Philistine. You got me said.
Right.
That's in my life. I'm finna slay this wicked, sinful. Guys know what he was really, because he's confident.
Right.
When you confident, things, just come off how it comes off. But he's finna slay sin. He's finna overcome sin in his life. Man, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is, man.
Beautiful. Come on.
Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong.
Be what?
Be strong.
Be like Saul and the rest of the armies of Israel.
No. Be strong.
Be strong like Dawada,
That's
the
right.
Davad, David. Be strong. Overcome. Go on, read 14.
Let all your things be done with charity.
Let's go back.
All right. We're at verse 37. We're in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 37.
My bad, y'all know it's a lot of plays flipping, but we gotta paint the picture, right?
Yes, here a little, there a little.
Yeah.
Verse 37. David said, moreover, The Most High that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine.
That's right.
And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Most High be with thee. And Saul armed David with his armor.
He did what?
Armed David with his armor.
So Saul done put his armor on David. Remind you, Saul is a tall man, right? Saul is a tall man. David's a little boy. Well, he's not a little boy, but he's young. Saul done put his armor on David. Come on.
And he put an helmet of brass upon his head.
Not only did that, he put a helmet of brass on his head. So, David like, man, what's up with all this weight, man? Huh? I need to be loose to go fight Goliath, this sin. I'm uncomfortable. Huh? Come on.
Also, he armed him with a coat of mail.
A coat of mail, these they look like feathers, but they're actually metal plates. And they all overlap each other like feathers. Come on.
And David girded his sword upon his armor. And he essayed to go, for he had not proved it.
You hear that? He ain't proved his armor. He haven't proved this. Why am I wearing something that I ain't proved yet? This is my own battle within. I got to fight with my sword. How I know. You might got this chapter in this verse, but I have this chapter in this verse. You know what I'm saying? The meaning can be the same, but this is how you prove your sword. I got to prove my own battle of pearl and set my own battle array. So even David understood that he couldn't glory in another man's flesh. He can't fight in another man's armor. He got to use his own armor to fight. He got to use his own warrior mentals, his own mindset to fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't be blaming your sins off somebody else. Check yourself first. He like, look, this ain't been proven. I'm not finna go to war in your armor. Negro, this is your armor. I need my own armor. I got the faith to God. And when you have that faith to God, he gives you Ephesians 6 and 12 and 10 on out. 10 and 6. He gives you that. That army and that battle of pearl is fit just for you, not nobody else. And the Wada understood that. He understood this meaning. So what he do?
And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these.
You hear that? He like, man, who you fooling? Man, look, I wear a size 7. You giving me a size 12. Negro, I got McDonald Douglas feet right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't fit your shoes. And I'm not trying to take a walk in your shoes.
Right.
Because I don't fit those. They don't fit me. Huh? Come on.
For I have not proved them. And David put them off him. And he took his staff in his hand.
And he took his staff in his hand. So hold on, let's get some scriptures on that. 1 Corinthians 2. 1 Corinthians 2, 1 through 5.
1 Corinthians.
Because look, we can't be glorifying ourselves in other man's flesh. I can't get to the kingdom because of Ariel, because my elder. I get to the kingdom off my own work. I can't get to the kingdom because my sheep brew. I get to the kingdom off my own work. I can't get to the kingdom because of my children. My own work. And same as for them. Huh? Why am I trying to go and battle in other people's apparel? No. I have to train myself up. Learn the ways myself. Get an understanding of this truth myself. Learn my secret sins and battle them myself. Now, of course, I can be encouraged by others. But look, who banging with me and who's my spiritual teacher is Christ and the Holy Spirit. So I'm not going to glory in another man's flesh. I'm not going to put on another man's armor and go to war. Because it's not fit for me. It's fit for him. Come on.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 2, verse 1.
Yeah, 1 through 5, brother.
And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yah. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness, and in fear, and in much trembling.
Hey, wasn't David with them in weakness, fear, and trembling?
Yes, sir.
Ain't that crazy how all these scriptures be lining up, though? What's going on here? It's got to be divinely inspired.
It's got to be.
Come on.
And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit of the power.
Of the power of who? The Most High.
That's right.
Come on.
That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men.
So it says that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of man. What are you glorying in other man's for?
Jeremiah 17:5.
You hear me? So look, your faith, Jeremiah 17:5, that was a precept, you got it. But look, your faith.
You surprised?
Nah, you did this thing, brother, all praise. Your faith ain't supposed to be established in what another man say. You need to learn it from yourself. Huh? You need to learn it from yourself. And look, Google ain't a scholarship either. Can't Google your way out of sin either. Like, get in this book, study it up. Get your sword sharpened for when Goliath come in your life and these wicked ass Philistines, you can go and pull your sword and sharpen, you can bang. Huh? Come on.
That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men,
Yeah.
but in the power of Yah.
In the power of God. So your faith and your trust is not supposed to be in man and another man's armor, but supposed to be in God. That's scripture. That's what David said. I haven't proved this. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms 146:3. Psalms 146:3, brother.
All right.
Let's get it done.
Psalm 146:3.
Uh-huh.
When the book of Psalms, chapter 146, verse 3. Put not your trust in princes.
Ooh, it says what?
Put not your trust in princes.
Why is you putting your trust on another man? Ask yourself that. Come on.
Nor in the Son of Man.
No man. Don't put your trust in kings, princes, no man. Your trust go to God.
Mm-hmm.
And David knew that. And you supposed to be this same way when you banging against your Goliath. Pray to the Lord. Ask him to battle proof and to test you. You know what I'm saying? Why is you asking another man that's going through his own situations with Goliath?
Exactly.
Do that even make sense,
It
Elder?
don't make sense, man.
Come on, you bro.
In whom there is no help.
There's no help in that. You need to be hollering at the spiritual armies of God. And that's what David said. He's like, look, I just holler at the armies of God. Surely I will knock this uncircumcised wicked heathen on his back. Huh? Surely. Let's go back.
Back to the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17. We're at verse 40.
We're going to read it all the way out. And then we're going to hit a couple more scriptures and we out of here.
And he took his staff in his hand and chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook.
Notice them stones. And he only took one stone. It remind me of the chief cornerstone, or that stone or rock that followed them to the wilderness. Who knows? These stones and these rocks are mystical. They all be lining up with each other. 40 days, 40 nights, stones. He took 5 of them. 5 represents the 5 senses. I mean, like, we can keep going deeper and deeper into this story, but, you know, let's go.
And put them in a shepherd's bag, which he had, even in a scrip. And his sling was in his hand.
His sling was in his hand.
And he drew near to the Philistine. And the Philistine came on and drew near unto David. And the man that bare the shield went before him.
Right.
And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him, for he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance.
Hear that? So saying like, boy, you was a little smooth-faced baby and you look good. You was a pretty boy. Finna have a mastery of your little butt. Huh? I'm gonna send sin straight your way. I know you can't defeat this. Remember, because this is spiritually. Come on.
And the Philistine said unto David, Am I a dog, that thou comest to me with staves? And the Philistine cursed David by his God.
Hear that? Because David came like, man, look, you so whack to me, I don't even need to bring no dope weapons. You whack. You this big old giant. You're a sin. You this big old sinful giant with all this battle tested and approved by your whack fake gods. Coming talking about my God. I know my God finna show up and show out. I'm finna defeat sin. And all I need is a slingshot, a stick, and 5 rocks. That's faith. That's faith. That's heart. That's power. That's when God is really on your side.
Yep.
That's how you defeat sin. Huh? You bring a little, but you have a lot of faith.
Fully
You're
persuaded.
fully persuaded. The battle's already won before you even fight the
That's
battle.
right.
Seeing into your mind, you like, get the hell up out of my head. It's not happening today. I'm not going to commit fornication. I'm not going to steal from my brother.
Nah.
I'm not going to backbite, talk about nobody. I'm not going to be a wicked man. I'm not going to be a wicked woman. Today I choose to stand against my Goliath. Today I choose to stand and be David in the spirit and slingshot this rock and knock this big demon out. Because I'm tired of him messing with me. I'm tired of him taking away my salvation. I'm tired of playing Russian roulette with my soul. Because I want to run and hide and be scared of Goliath. Spiritually. Come on.
And the Philistine said to David, "Come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beast of the field." Then said David to the Philistine, "Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Most High of hosts."
So you heard the why. You heard the water. He like, look, man, you came with all this fleshly armor. I came with Yahweh Zabaoth. Lord of hosts, the heavenly armies. He like, I got 1,000 angels summoned down here. You ain't messing with me, man. Come on. Put your dukes up. Let's go. He's already pre-gamed. I pre-trained, Vaselined up on work. Look, what's up? Seeing you finna get up out of here today. While everybody else, trembling. Oh my God. He know. He like, man, look, I can't let sin win. I can't let sin. If I let sin win, I'm going to profane the name of my God. I can't be out here wicked, doing all these things I ain't supposed to be doing in front of these uncircumcised heathens. That's how I blaspheme the name of my God. That's how I shame the name of my God. He like, nigga, please. Come on.
The Elohim of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Most High deliver thee into mine hand.
You see that? He's speaking into existence. Huh? And everybody be acting like, man, that nigga crazy talking himself. You might catch me somewhere and I'll be like, the hell out of my head. It's like, man, what's going on with Yaki? I'm rebuking some demons that are trying to swing off on me. What you mean what's wrong with Yaki? Huh? And that's what David on. He like, look, man, this is considered done. That's the name of your company. Consider it done. Huh? This devil ain't messing with me. Sin is not ruling my members. Not today.
That's right.
And tomorrow we're going to take the same stand. Like we think we fight one day and just it's cool. No, this is an everyday battle. It says, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved.
That's right.
You got to endure to the end. Huh? Stay fighting Goliath. Because he's in your life. I know he's in your life because he's in mine. But look, guess what I do? I bang. Constantly, every day. I fight. You should be fighting too. Come on.
Verse 46. This day will the Most High deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee, head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beast of the earth.
Speaking into existence, manifest the Wada. Manifest. He's manifesting. He's like, look, I'm calling it down. This is what's going to happen. Not only I'm finna knock your big self out, but I'm taking your head. I'm taking your neck. Huh? Because you can't have your head attached to your body talking all the issue you just talked about my God. Huh? You can't have your head a part of your body. That's got to come off. Come on.
That all the earth may know. That all the earth may know.
Come on.
That there is a God in Israel.
You see that? So look, he's not doing this for self-glory or self-vain edification and none. He's doing this for God.
Right. He ain't doing it for none of what Saul's supposed to be doing, not even
for self. He's winning this battle. He's defeating sin because he don't want God to be shamed in his temple.
Right.
God, and you supposed to be the same thing with sin. You supposed to be beating sin and not letting sin win inside of your members because you know that your body is a living sacrifice for the Most High, and you do not want to profane and shame the name of God inside of your body. Come on now. I don't know. This story deep to me.
Woof, they all are, man. I'm telling you, boy, get you going, boy.
Come on with it.
Verse 47. And all this assembly shall know that the Most High saveth not with sword and spear.
Come on.
For the battle is the Most High's.
You hear that?
And he will give you into our hand.
You hear that? It says the battle is the Most High's. Not swords, not spears, not battle of bray, not battle of pearl. But this battle is within. This battle is within the mentals. And you got another thing coming, you big circumcised heathen.
Uncircumcised.
Uncircumcised heathen, spiritually wicked.
Mm-hmm.
As all out get up, representing sin, thinking you finna come take my Christ consciousness from me. David said, not today, player. It ain't going down. Come on.
And it came to pass, when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine.
Yeah, look, everybody else running from the scene. He running towards it like, man, I'm finna look. It's time to go.
Right.
I'm knocking something. Hey, look, I'm busting some brains today. He running towards the scene to get it up out his way. He know he got to fight 3 months later. He like, look, let me go and get this up out the way because I know you coming back 3 days later. You know what I'm saying? Look, Goliath just don't stop. You kill one Goliath, you got to kill another and another and another and another until you die and give up that ghost. And if you die fighting, if you die trying, if you die overcoming, if you die triumphing, if you die prevailing, then you get the kingdom.
Because just like my brother say, man, my biggest enemy is the inner me. Yeah, you fighting against...
This whole story is talking about a battle within. A battle within. But he made it for when you can read it to your children and they understand it too. But we adults, so we're going to talk about it on an adult level. He talking about you. You Israel, Shebrew, Hebrew. Talking about y'all. And these mentals, we got to get the psychology right. We got to get our minds right. Come on.
Verse 49. And David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone.
He grabbed Christ.
And slang it.
And he slang it. He wrapped that chief cornerstone up and he slang it. Look, back then, they didn't have the slingshots like this. They had the ones that you turn real fast. Whip it. Man, it's like a 4.5 caliber pistol. You got to turn it real and whip that deal. And then them stones wouldn't dent, like them stones was heavy. It's like a iron bullet. Huh? And he got good aim. He hit him right in the forehead. So David wasn't new to this. He was true to this. Come on.
And smote the Philistine in his forehead.
You see that? So look, this is why David put off Saul's armor. You're like, look, man, I got a slingshot and I know how to work it. I'm the ish at this.
Right.
You keep your armor. I got God and I got my slingshot.
Right.
Huh? So look, he trusted in the armor that God gave him. That God trained him in. He didn't trust in the armor that Saul was trained in of another man.
Yep.
His faith was in God, not man. Man, that's the name of it. Never trusting another man's armor.
Right.
Yeah. Come on.
That the stone sunk into his forehead.
Whew, look. He hit him so hard the stone went into his forehead. That's like a bullet.
Yeah.
How fast David had to been? That mug had to been whack.
Yeah.
Put him on his butt, boy. Come on.
And he fell upon his face to the earth.
Whew.
So David prevailed over to the Philistine with a sling and with a stone.
I bet the whole Israel was like, Yahoo! Yahoo! I bet they was like, man, look, man.
Right.
Y'all could have been handled this if y'all would have had faith in my God.
Faith of a mustard seed.
Huh? Move mountains, move Goliaths. Faith of the mustard seed, you move Goliaths out of your life.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Come on.
And smote the Philistine and slew him. Whew. But there was no sword in the hand of David. Right. Therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine and took his sword and drew it out of the sheath thereof and slew him and cut off his head therewith.
So everything he said he was going to do, he did. That means the Most High was with him the whole time. All you got to do is have that faith and don't be scared, and the Most High got you. Come on.
And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead, they fled.
Yeah, I bet.
And the men of Israel and of Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines until thou come to the valley and to the gates of Ekron. And the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way of Sha'araim, even unto Gath and unto Ekron. So that means they chased them all the way home.
All the way back to their crib.
Right.
Yeah, they went back through the valleys. They went back on the mountain. They got confidence now. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Y'all better get the hell up out of here.
Don't make me call David.
Right. Right. Come on with it.
Verse 53. And the children of Israel returned from chasing after the Philistines, and they spoiled their tents.
Look, they took everything. Yeah.
Yeah. These some size 9s.
Yeah, all these these my size now. Come on.
Not that I wear 9s, I'm 13, so just for the record, 9s won't fit me. Verse 54. And David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem.
I would have too. That's his token to God. He like, look, man, I overcame sin. I chopped this uncircumcised heathen down that was taunting you and profaning your name. I would have put it on the stake somewhere. Come on.
But he put his armor in his tent.
See what he did with his armor? He don't need it.
Right.
Look, peep the spiritual significance of what David is doing on. Like, David was on some straight OG stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Come on.
And when Saul saw David go forth against the Philistine, he said unto Abner, the captain of the host, Abner, whose son is this youth? And Abner said, as thy soul liveth, O king, I cannot tell.
So now he's inquiring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, player, come on.
And the king said, inquire thou whose son the stripling is. And as David returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, Abner took him and brought him before Saul with the head of the Philistine in his hand. And Saul said to him, whose son art thou, thou young man? And David answered, I am the son of thy servant Jesse, the Bethlehemite.
Boy, that's a beautiful story.
Woo.
That's a beautiful story. So let's get the more of this story. Let's go to Romans 8:37. And y'all write down Philippians 4:13, Hebrews 13:6. We're going to give y'all one more scripture. It's late, so I know we got to get up out of here. We're going to do Romans 8:37.
8:37.
Yes, sir. Romans 8:37.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's all meat, man. All meat in that story, man.
Yeah. 8 and 37.
33. 30, man, look.
31.
Start at 30, yep, 30. No, start at 30.
Yeah, I got that too, yeah.
Read it on out.
We're in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 30.
And y'all make sure y'all write down Ephesians 6:12 on out too.
10 through 18.
Yeah, just read it all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start doing like little chop sessions like this. Cause there's a lot of like stories that, man, they be so, like people be making them mediocre and they not. Man, they be all meat.
Yes, sir.
Let's get them out.
Yeah, we are in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 30. And if y'all have any topics, y'all shoot them in the comment lines, and then we'll try to, put a class together on them. We're going to do one on the Tower of Babel as well here soon. So, yeah, stay tuned, man. We got to put in this work, man. It's all kingdom work. It's not grievous at all.
Yeah, man, and me and Mally and the elder going to start doing these Starbucks chop sessions where we just go through the comment board and answer every question that y'all. Cause I know it'll be taking us long to reply. And I know we be like the comment board open, ask questions, but we be so busy. So we're gonna take a day out through the week, at least one day, and just answer questions through the comment board. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call it the Starbucks Chop Shop or something like that.
So feel free to leave your comments, or questions or whatever, All right, we're in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 30. Moreover, whom did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we then say to these things? If Yah be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall lay anything to the charge of Yah's elect?
Who's gonna lay anything to the charge of God's elect? And that's what was trying to happen. That's what sin is. When you elected God and sin try to invade your mind and corrupt your thinking and take your salvation. Same thing that happened with Goliath. He tried to take Israel's salvation. And David like, nah, partner, that ain't going down. Come on.
It is Yah that justifieth. Who is he that condemneth? It is Hamashiach that died. Yeah, rather, that is risen again.
Yeah.
Who is even at the right hand of Yah, who also maketh intercession for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach?
Nobody.
Shall tribulation,
No.
or distress,
No.
or persecution,
No.
or famine,
No.
or nakedness,
No.
or peril,
Hell no.
or sword?
No.
As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
David knew that, but he had faith. He didn't care because he was going to bang for his God regardless on what side of the dirt he ended up on. And that's how you supposed to be when sin enter your mind. Let's go for a ride then. Let's go. Come on.
Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors.
What?
We are more than conquerors through him that loved us.
Did David conquer
Yes, sir.
Goliath? Did David conquer that sin? And that's how you supposed to be Israelites. You supposed to conquer that sin that presents itself in your mentals like that. Conquer it. Rule it. We conquering things out here. Come on.
For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height.
Oh, nor height.
Nor height.
Was it Goliath had height on him?
Yeah, he was a big guy.
Huh? Look, Paul look, I don't care if it's Goliath times 10, his whole family, bloodline, tribe. Nothing finna take me back from the Most High. I know I'm part of Israel.
That's right.
Come on.
Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yah, which is in Hamashiach Yahawashah, our master.
Look, that's self-explanatory. So, yeah, we're going to call it never trust in another man's armor.
That's right.
That was the lesson. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, Hallelujah.
All praises.
Our Olam Kaya HaMalak, long live the King of Kings, Lords of Lords.
What he said.
So look, make sure that y'all banging against this sin. Make sure that we just not, being comfortable with sin. We all got Goliaths in our lives. We all got these big sins that's trumping us down and keeping us down. It's time to fight back, Israel. We Israelites, Prince of the Power. The one who crossed over, one from beyond. So look, fight back and make sure you battle ready. Don't trust in another man's armor. With that being said, Shalom. Appreciate y'all donations. Appreciate y'all support. Appreciate everything. Love y'all, family. Shalom.
Shalom, family. One love. Stay focused. Fourth tribe, Yahoo.
Yo.